Welcome, everyone. Welcome to Purple Lunarose Tarot and Astrology. Tonight, we're looking at Divine Feminine energy. We're going to be reading the Celtic Cross spread, looking at the heart of the matter. So, focusing on Divine Feminine and her energy for this week. Don't forget, guys, we are multi-streaming. So, we are on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch all at the same time. All right. So I am going to go ahead and jump in and get started. I do only have one announcement. I have already scheduled our Sunday night love and astrology night. So if you guys want to go check that out, you can hit that notify me button so it lets you know when we go live. That's going to be Sunday night at 9 p.m. We're going to talk about that Capricorn full moon one last time. I know that most of us, if you're like me, are pretty ready to be done with this Capricorn full moon, but it is a very important and challenging full moon. So we're going to talk about it. Of course, the 21st is Sunday night, and that is the night of the full moon. So I feel like those energies are really going to be peaked on that particular night. And what we're going to talk about, since we've pretty much covered all the basis of this Capricorn full moon for the last month and a half now, we're going to talk about the different aspects that are happening along with the Capricorn full moon. So we're going to talk about Pluto, the nodes, the South Node, North Node. Hi, Sherry. And we're going to talk about Neptune. And I think we're going to throw in Mars and Uranus in there too. So Sunday night, a lot of astrology, but very, very focused on this very important and challenging, the most important, I feel, and most challenging full moon of 2024. All right, guys, let's jump in. Let's get started. I see everyone coming in. Sherry, I was thinking about you today. I hope everything is going well. Sequa, Michelle is over helping us on Facebook. Diana. All right, ladies, Divine Feminine, the cards are already trying to fly out. First thing I'm going to look at is heart of the matter. All right, let me refocus, get a calm energy. It feels very rushed. Do you ladies feel rushed? Like you want to go, do something? All right. Heart of the matter for Divine Feminine, please. Let's see if we can get a direct, precise reading. Collective energy, so that can be very challenging, but our collective energy is so strong at this time. There we go. Seven of Diamonds comes out. It's the work card. I don't know about y'all, but I'm tired. So many of you know that I went back to work, right? It took me 3 years to get PLR monetized on 2 out of 3 platforms. And we're growing, right? So now we're getting paid, but we're growing. And so I had to go supplement the income. And I picked up this summer job on the lake, beautiful place. So I'm really happy where I'm at. But I can definitely tell, I don't know, like my age, I guess you could say, the difference from, when I worked there back in 2015. So the heat here, oh my gosh, the heat here is insane. So I would say the last month and a half has definitely kicked my butt. But it does kind of feel like this energy, the gears is kind of giving me this energy of like grinding gears or like continuing the grind. We're not giving up, right? Like we're pushing forward. In some things, I feel like we're pushing forward easily. And in some things, I guess I could see how, for some of us, it could feel stuck in work situation, but it could also feel challenging. Like the metal gears is giving me like this, I don't know, like if it was made out of something else, might be smoother, right? So focus on finances. And I mean, for those of you that you're hearing me and you're like, well, there's nothing wrong with my work situation. My finances are great. Well, congratulations. But it's also possible this could be like personal work, like spiritual work, right? But something is like we're grinding gears and something feels like you could wish it was a little easier. So what's crossing you is endings and the thinker. Immediately with the thinker, I'm getting like some type of overthinking. I'm also picking up something ancestral. There's something about the old lady's face in the picture. And she's wearing this crown of roses. I don't know why, but it immediately made me think of like, I don't know, my passed on loved ones. The endings card is also here, 10 of diamonds. And I do kind of get this energy like, well, I mean, something's coming to an end for all of us, really. Pluto is up here making this once in our lifetime transit, right? So it's like we're all experiencing endings in all areas of our life. Um, and like, here's an example. If let's say you're in a relationship and the relationship isn't ending. In fact, it's kind of leveling up, right? So it's like you're becoming more committed. Um, that is actually an ending, right? So what's ending is the part where you were less committed. You know what I'm trying to say? So because the relationship isn't ending doesn't mean that a part of a relationship is ending. So work being and overthinking, I think a lot of this energy has to do with our spiritual work. I feel like we're overthinking. Like for me, for example, I was like, I have to have this much money, so I have to supplement this income. I want you guys to know that I haven't wanted to say this because I'm Rosa. And I don't know if you guys have ever seen my chart, but it doesn't allow me to be wrong. Um, so it doesn't like it, right? All that Aries energy. So it's like I don't want to be wrong about something, and I will work at something and try to like, not be wrong about it, right? Very stubborn energy. So I do feel like my lesson this summer is, and here's just a little vulnerability here, very personal. Um, I didn't need to take on this summer job. I do believe that's what my lesson was supposed to be. I needed to spend that time on PLR. And I'm not saying I haven't enjoyed my summer time. I definitely have. It's been wonderful, and just being able to see people again after 3 years of sitting at a desk has been wonderful. I do feel like it's a break. A lot of people who get monetized after monetization, like the 2 3 years it takes them to do it, they tend to take a break. The YouTube channels that are monetized, they tend to take a pretty lengthy break when monetization comes because they have a bank of videos and you just start getting paid, right? And so I can see how this is kind of a break for me, right? Because I'm not streaming as much as we were, and I'm not spending as much time with PLR as we were. But what I will say is I have seen, like Spirit has shown me, how the two equal out or balance out or almost cancel each other out. Like I could have spent this time building up PLR and in return, would I have made the money that I've been making this summer? Well, of course not. But I would be further ahead in growing the company that would eventually make that same paycheck plus some. You see what I'm saying? So I definitely feel like the lesson for me this summer has been I've been talking about it since last summer when I had, that Venus retrograde experience. But it's like my faith, how much has my faith really grown, right? Like I say I trust spirit and then I believe I'm on this amazing journey. Then I question whether I'm going to be able to pay a bill, or I question whether I'm going to be able to go to the grocery store. Um, so it's definitely, I feel like this lesson this summer has definitely been that I didn't need to go focus on growing my bank account. I needed to focus on growing my faith. And so I imagine this is a very collective feeling. So we're putting here. We're not giving up or pushing through because we're badass, right? But are there endings in our future? Yes. And are we overthinking them? Very much, most likely. And it's interesting because remember, guys, some of us are, when we're reading this collective, or like when we're reading this collective wave, some of us are a little ahead of us as others, right? And some of us could be a little behind others. For the most part, we're all at the same part of the wave, right? But there's some of us that overcame the fear, overcame the overthinking, made the big moves, made the big transitions. And there's some of you here right now in the room. So it's like there's definitely always this energy of, man, I wish I would have done that sooner, right? Like I wish my fear stopped me from making that change or being courageous enough to make that move. Do y'all get in trouble as much as I do? Like, if you're in here, I'm not sure. I want to know. Like, we're all guided by spirit and our higher self. Um, and I always say, like, God is love, right? Unconditional love, and that's it. But I feel like I am constantly, um, I'm being guided, but it's like, yes, Rosa, that's a good idea. Go that way. No, you shouldn't do that. You shouldn't have done that. No, don't do that. It's a lot of that. Do you guys get that too? All right, let's look at highest expectation of the matter. Highest expectation of the matter for divine feminine. Way too many. I'm gonna take the news one. It's Five of Spades, and it's a new card. I haven't pulled this card yet, and it says news on it, and it actually shows an old rolled up newspaper. Um, I almost said fake news. um, it's the words I'm hearing is actually old news. Something is old news. So it's like highest expectation of the matter. It's like you don't think something's going to change, or you feel like you're going to constantly have to do whatever work that it is that you're doing now that feels like you're grinding gears. There's so many. All right, I'm going to take both of them because I've been getting this message. What I've noticed since my awakening, since Dark Night of the Soul, when you have to like purify and cleanse and get out all the things that aren't good for you. That's something that happens people don't realize too. I think it's kind of a surprise. Like when you have spiritual awakening, all of a sudden you have to have a healthy diet. You get trouble. We do have free will. You are allowed to go do it. But you're going to hear about it. Um, but energy that's coming into being is rest and the lost card. The lost card was trying to come out in reverse. The lost card is that Celtic cross. It is definitely been harder for me to stick to the healthy practices that I had implemented in my journey since going back to work, right? Because there's less time, there's less hours that I can spend on myself. So many of you, and tell me this too in the comments if this happens to you, like many of you may feel like it's hard for you to rest or put time into yourself, especially when you're on this like daily grind, right? So when I talk about like self care, meditation, you're like, Rosa, when am I supposed to do that? I would say since the Venus retrograde of last June to this June, I can definitely see like full circle. I can see where I started implementing everything. I started eating better. I started eating healthier. I started really focusing on myself, spending a lot of time by myself. Remember, I was talking about that a lot. I felt like everyone was pulled away, like everyone. It almost felt like a little weird spiritual prison. Um, and then I slowly started to go back out into the world just this April. And this last few months, I've been out there, doing the things. Um, if someone asked me, I would say that it is more beneficial. It is or was more beneficial for me to spend that time of focusing on my mental health, spiritual health, physical health than it has been to put these $2 in my bank account. You see what I mean? I think this is actually something that we miss out on because there was something really important that happened to me. There were several things really important that happened to me in that last year where I got to spend that time with just me. I mean, I had several experiences, several twin flame experiences, but I feel like that's probably the most I've ever been focused on myself. And I will say that again in the last week, 10 days, I can clearly see where spirit is showing me how and now that energy or that vibration or that it's energy is what it is going somewhere else. And are the bills being paid? Well, yeah, of course. And is there a little extra? And, like I go watch a movie or we go have some nice dinner somewhere sometimes. Well, yeah, of course. Is it worth when I've had to trade out to be able to go do that? No, absolutely not. Dreams Sequat says, it's hard with two little kids. I can't even imagine. I didn't have my routine until my youngest son was 16. I had three. right, let's look at past energy. And here's what I'm going to say about this rest card and this lost card. The lost card did come out in reverse. I'm not saying that you're not going to lose something. I do feel like something is going to change. Some of us may experience it as a loss or feel like we've lost something or we're having to sacrifice something in order to rest, right? Um, it's definitely giving me tower vibes. Like, I wouldn't be surprised when we clarify if we see a tower here because it's giving me this energy. Like, spirit has shown me this, where it's like if I get guidance and I'm shown that I need to do something, and then I go against that guidance, and I'm like, you know what, I have free will, I want to go do what I want to do. My name's Rosa. Okay, that's great. And then what happens is I get that smack on the back of the head and I trip over a rock, and now it's a whole ordeal, right? Um, so it's like it's definitely kind of giving this energy of rest or experience a tower moment. And that happened to me a lot on this journey. I kept calling them like forced vacations. Remember that? Remember me saying that I only wanted my forced vacations because I want to go do something and spirit would sit me down. All right. Past energies for divine feminine. Relationship. It's the seven of hearts. Two of clubs, opportunity, freedom is the equal is the energy that I'm getting there. Um, Many of us have walked away, and I mean like walked away from relationships that we thought we would never walk away from, right? It's like we finally figured something out. The puzzle pieces card. I love this card. It is this energy of like the pieces finally fit. You finally understand. There's clarity here. Nothing's missing anymore. Something was missing for a long time. Interesting. It's like for most of us, what was missing was like if this was people, it was like our part because we kept focusing and looking at the other part. We never stopped to look at ourselves. That's what this twin flame awakening did for me. I knew that's what it did for you, right? It teaches us to learn our self worth. It teaches us that we are worthy of, right? It teaches us to see ourselves for the first time and put that attention and that love and that energy into ourselves. It's hard for us to do, especially when we have children, right? Still in our home, still in our care. I'm going to use the Tarot of the Enchanted Soul, and I'm going to start clarifying this first half of the Celtic Cross. Bottom of the deck, I have the Three of Wands. It says confidence, expansion, growth, foresight, waiting, shipping, commerce, exploration. Three of Wands is the card that talks about taking action towards your future. All right, so let's start with the heart of the matter. And remember, the heart of the matter were those gears turning, and it's the work card. It definitely gave me like working hard, financial situation, finances. Remember, what was crossing is endings, and the thinker. I definitely feel like we need to end something, and we're overthinking something. And here's what I'm going to say before everybody comes at me with like, Rosa, why are you telling people to quit their jobs? I'm not telling you to quit your job by no means. I'm telling you that you already know you've been doing something too long, too hard, too much, and it's not changed anything for you. You've already tried that route. I'm just telling you that you need to try a different route. Stop overthinking. Stop letting your thoughts stop you from being able to close out a chapter and start something new, right? I told somebody that today. I was like, I think it's funny. We think we make mistakes in life, but the biggest mistake that we don't make mistakes, but if we did, the biggest mistake would be inaction, right? Like if you're at a crossroads, the biggest thing you're supposed to do at that moment is just make a decision, just do something, pick something, go a route and choose that route. Just staying stagnant and overthinking something just causes you to be miserable and you just stay in the same cycle, right? All right, so we have the Seven of Wands, conviction, defiance, defensive, courage. The courage card is clearly what it is, but it's almost giving me this energy like fight for something. So, in other words, like where you're at, you may feel like the word mundane just came to me. Like there's no fight, there's no passion, there's no excitement. When you're following purpose, when you're doing what you want to do, I get excited for these lives. Like I get really excited. Yeah, right. But I do. I'm like, oh, I'm excited. I want to see what comes out for Divine Feminine tonight, right? But if there's nothing like that, if you have no conviction when you get up every day, it's like, is that where you really feel like that's what you're supposed to be doing? Is that really like where you're supposed to be, right? What's crossing? We have the Seven of Swords. Seven of Swords is disbelief, lies. It's the enemy. It's this energy of anything that will stop you. Okay, I know you guys have heard this before. So you have this light, right? We all have this light, and we're supposed to be shining our light. And people call it the enemy. I call it darkness. Darkness doesn't like the light, right? Like that's the whole point of darkness. It doesn't want the light. So like when you're following your light, when you're shining your light, when you're helping other people go through their awakening process, you will see shit just come at you that never came at you before. You know what I'm trying to say? And it's like, why is all this happening to me? Why am I experiencing all this? And let me tell you, you will move through it like you are highly, highly protected. And you'll look back and wonder, like, what the bleep just happened? But it's because the darkness doesn't like the light and it's going to try to keep you down every time. So, is there someone around you that's stopping you from doing what would make your soul happy? No. Is there a relationship that's holding you back? No. This is all internal. This is you telling yourself you can't do something. I don't know. Like, let's say I'm Dream Supa and I'm sitting in my home and my home costs so much. I got these two kids. It's like if I knew like the job, let's say I'm at a job that doesn't let me follow my purpose, I don't like it, there's no conviction, I'm not happy here. Well, I can't just stop. I can't just go, oh, okay, well, God wants me to go do this, so I guess we may or may not eat. I mean, I would plan ahead, right? Like, wouldn't you look to source to find resources? Like, wouldn't you look to source to gather those resources? Like, I would save. I would fill my pantry. I would do all the things to prepare myself to be able to make some sort of transition. You see what I'm saying? It's not about like people think that when you're manifesting, it's going to fall out of the sky. It's not about that. There's action to take, there's work to be done. Faith, I mean, of course, we're supposed to have faith, but it's like you can have, like, I can have faith. I can sit here and say, I believe in God, and I also believe that this $1 million is going to fall in my lap. And you know what? If I had enough faith that $1 million would fall in my lap, it would. I promise you it would, but not in the way that you think it would. You want to hear a funny story? I've been waiting for a camper to fall in my lap. I know. um, and a close dear friend of mine messaged me not too long ago, and she when that happened, but it happened to her. And I was, of course, very happy, excited for her. And I see that happen in my life a lot, and you guys will probably see that happen in your life a lot, where it's like you're working through your journey and you're manifesting something, and you see it go somewhere else. You're like, what in the world was that? It's actually really normal. All right, let's get highest expectation was that news. I do got this feeling like it was old news. We have six of wands, triumph, pride, victory, recognition. Some of you could make things. I know, right? But yeah, like some of you, it could be like something big, victory, glory. But I feel like for most of you, it's this feeling like you won't receive recognition. It's this feeling like I'm just gonna keep doing the same job and nobody notices. Now you're working somewhere where you feel like you're not recognized. I mean, that could I feel like that could definitely bring down like your vibrational energies, right? Like that could definitely lower you into those lower vibrational energies that could give you these seven of swords type of energy, this lack of belief in something. Energy that's coming into being that you don't know yet. It's the rest and lost card. The lost card was coming out in reverse, but it did give me this energy like take time for you, especially if you're overworking yourself. Take time for you before there's something like a tower moment, right? We didn't get the tower, but we got the mentor. It's blind faith, guide, religious beliefs, conformity, rituals, and ceremonies. This is the Hierophant card. It's called the mentor. Blind faith is going to be the words, right? Rituals and ceremonies is giving me like spiritual practice type of energy. It's really giving me this confirmation of what I was talking about earlier when we pulled these cards, where I said, I really can tell that I'm not able to put the time into my physical health, mental health, spiritual health like I was able to when I had that time to myself. And that's what I wanted to say that I feel like I haven't said all night long. I am finally at this point in my journey where I understand why it's important. I understand why it's needed. I'm beyond understanding. Now I want it back, right? So it's like I've come complete full circle. It's like spirit pulled me in. I had to withdraw from everything when the Venus retrograde happened last year. It was my Kundalini activation. I guess that's what it was. So it's like when this happened, I had to like withdraw, spend time on my own, really figure out like what the heck is happening to me, right? And then I rebelled because I'm Rosa and that's what I do. And I was like, no, I want to go out in the world. I can do this and that, right? And I went out and I got the job. and I'm out there and I'm doing the job. And again, the job is great. I'm super grateful. Again, beautiful place, definitely full circle. But it's like now when I go to work every day, I can see before it was something I wanted, like I had to have it. It was like I was fighting a parent, like spirits my parent. I was fighting this parent for the thing that I gotta have it. I just gotta have it. You just don't understand. I want it, I want it, I want it, right? And then they get I realize, oh, I don't gotta have it. Yeah. It's that. That's very much what it's giving. All right, let's look at the past energy was relationship. I do feel like several of us have had several relationships, love relationship, intimate relationship, friend relationship, partnership relationship, work relationships, family relationships, all kinds of relationships fall away, right? And I remember like the end of last year, the beginning of this year, I kept saying like there's going to be some people that can't go with us. And I kept getting that message over and over, and I mean, I kept hearing it everywhere. And I was really upset about it because it was like I was trying to take a certain group of people, and it was like I was holding on to them for dear life. And here's another thing I know: when spirit wants you to move on from something, spirit will make you as uncomfortable as possible until you have no choice but move on. And I feel like that's what was happening. It was like I had no choice. We have Ten of Swords, big confirmations, rock bottom, pain, loss, abandonment is on here, backstabbing is on here. Ten of Swords is a completion to a painful life cycle or a painful chapter in your life. Big confirmation. All right, let's do the second half. That romance card, future energies. I love that. This is how others around you are affecting the situation. We have that card that I can't pronounce for whatever reason. It's this ingenuine card. The one with the mask and the rose in the corner. How you're affecting the situation. We have the guide, hopes and fears. We have satisfaction. And then outcome, I'm going to fill it. We're not going to turn it over until we get to the end. I'm just going to put it right there. On the bottom is the home card. It's the Four of Diamonds. As divine feminines, we went through this journey, and many of us kept looking for home. Many of us moved a lot. Maybe are still moving. But what happened is we realized that it wasn't about a place as it was a feeling. Bottom of the deck, we have Two of Coins, juggling finances, choices, cycles, spinning. That's what I was going to say earlier. It's like, yes, when I was doing PLR and it was growing and the checks were little, it's like, was that a struggle? Well, yes, of course. Um, but am I still experiencing struggles now? Yes, they're just different struggles. You see what I mean? So it's like, just pick a route and stick to it and then go, right? All right. Future energies, we have romance coming out. It's Two of Hearts. It's definitely giving me like Two of Cups energy, partnership, soulmate energy. We have Five of Wands. Ooh, we have competition, conflict, fights, battles. Five of Wands is a challenge. Challenge. Do you feel there's something about the deers that gives me this very trusting energy? I think it has something to do with the angels and ancestors oracle. But there's something about the deers. It's like every time I see them, I get this energy. Five of Wands is not Five of Swords, so they're not stabbing each other, they're not killing each other. It says that you went through something challenging and you're ready to implement. Like you trained, you're preparing, you're prepared, and now you're ready for something, right? And it's falling on romance. All right, the disingenuine card. We have the Wheel of Destiny. That's so funny because the karma word is on here. So those around you, um, I feel like I have stopped worrying about the people around me or the people that are left anyway. It's like this energy that, like, I feel like if they're gonna do me wrong, then spirit's gonna handle it. I'm highly protected. I don't need to handle it. I don't need to worry about whether somebody is doing me wrong or not. Like, it will be shown to me. It will be shown to everyone. Like, I don't know. It just I don't wanna, like, I don't know, sound conceited or like a certain way, but it definitely just feels like when people do some of us dirty, then certain things just happen to them. I mean, I don't want to, it's karma. It's just karma. Um, and I just want to say, like, karma is happening for everyone right now. Everybody's getting karma right now. And everybody's talking about this Saturn retrograde, and they're like, oh, if you did me dirty, well, you're getting your karma. That's not necessarily true. It's our own this journey and like the astrology and like tools and spirit gets all about ourselves. Spirit's not gossiping about your neighbor or your old friend with you. You see what I'm saying? It's like it's not about their karma, it's yours. So it's like everyone is dealing with their own karma right now. But the message here is like spirit wants you to know that if there's anyone around you that has a mask or is wearing a false mask, it's like it will be shown and it will be shown in the harshest of ways. When you're paying back karma, like not just any type of karma. It's like karma against the ones they call chosen, or karma against the ones that spirit is walking hand in hand. Like watch the bleep out, right? And again, people are like, "Oh my gosh, what'd she do to me? I didn't do nothing. I have to do nothing. I don't have to do anything." Like I don't know. Just highly, highly protected. To say I'm super grateful would be an understatement. All right, then we have the guide. This is how you're dealing with the situation. And remember, the situation was the work. The heart of the matter was that work card where those gears were grinding. So the guide, like, how are you handling the situation? Are you being guided to do something? And maybe look at the Seven of Cups comes out. Like, are you being shown something, but maybe you're not making a choice or you're not doing something? Seven of Cups is like when you have choices, but there's so much confusion. And I picked up that energy at the very beginning of the reading. Like, you're standing at this crossroads. Do I, don't I? And it's like, I don't know what to choose. I'm scared to choose. And not only, it's not even like just scared to choose or confusion to choose. That's what it is. It's confusion. It's fear. You have lack of faith. And that's why you don't choose one or the other. But there may be confusion as to what your options are. Definitely think about it. All right, the satisfaction part. You may be like you may be confused as to how to go about something. Like maybe you're telling yourself you can't do something, but it's not that you can't do it. It's that you just haven't learned how to go about something. All right, let's keep going. The satisfaction card, I see that sunflower on there. The sunflower, I've been seeing a lot of sunflowers lately, and the sunflower does represent kindness. And I think for divine feminine, there's this energy where we haven't been very kind to ourselves. We definitely we're hard on ourselves and we beat ourselves up too much, and it's definitely that type of energy. But it's hopes and fears that the satisfaction part is like, can I just stay here and be satisfied with this? That's kind of the feeling that it's giving me. But it's also giving me this feeling like I can handle what I'm doing now. If I try to go a different route, if I try to better myself or better my life, am I going to be satisfied with the outcome? Right? It's like you're more worried about. getting to something instead of, again, having faith that the outcome will be what you want it to be. The Lovers comes out. So this could all be about your twin journey. What could be the kind of card, right? But it can also be, remember the meaning. The true meaning of the Lovers card is when we make that very challenging and difficult decision. We choose to love ourselves and heal ourselves. I know we always want to make it this fantasy fairy tale card, but it's definitely about an individual choice to love and heal ourselves so that when we do come into union, we come in whole, right? All right, let's do the outcome. Look at that. It's the Ten of Hearts. It says success. Justice comes out, so we have more confirmation. The Justice card says balance, fairness. Legal matters and wisdom is also on here, but the Justice card represents balance. It represents making something right again. It's definitely giving me this energy like a great injustice has been done. But sadly, I can't point the finger at anyone else. I mean, is it possible that someone around you fed you something that wasn't true? Very possible, but I don't think this has anything to do with it. This seems very self inflicted. And this seems like you could be worried about something else. And Spirit saying, I have this under control and I need you to get you under control. All right. Let's pull a guidance card from the Tree of Life Oracle. We'll close out this reading. And I think I will offer um, a couple of free readings here at the end, guys. So let me know in the comments if you're interested. The first one to come out looks like, oh no, I'm gonna look at the book, but it looks like just maybe, you know how when you pull the cards out, there's like a regular playing card deck and they have like the two jokers. It shows a feather pen for seeds. It's gonna be about writing something down. And card. On the bottom was the knot. All right, so I'm going to read the seeds card, and it says, I'll show it to you guys so you can see. I'm making it up. I promise you, I'm not telling you to quit your job. I'm just telling you to plan on being able to put your purpose and what spirit puts you here to do on a regular basis. And how you have to figure that out will be between you and God, but it's definitely going to have to be figured out, right? It says planting your life mission. That's what it says. All right. So good decisions. Foresight. Foresight is the word that I was trying to say earlier when I was using that example of, like I know I'm going to have to go do this, so I need to plan ahead, right? Nurturing, planning skills, prosperity, hope. Overbearing is on here. Strictness is on here. Rigidity is on here. Goal oriented is on here. Important plans are in the works. This is a time to concentrate and do what is required for you to succeed. Seeds need to be nourished in order to become full grown trees. They need the right conditions to prosper. You're being shown here that your ability to have what you desire in life may demand that you use foresight and notice whether or not your environment supports your ultimate goal and vision. Seeds need a combination of water, soil, and sunlight to have a fair chance at growing. Are you ready to be disciplined enough to go through each step towards your desired end result? Have you planted your ideas in the right places or not? Realize your life mission is going to require your careful planning and dedication. You will need to take care to plant yourself well so that you can see your life develop fully. The Tree of Life seed card asks you ask that you get serious about your life mission and what is truly important to you. See things through from start to finish. You may have to turn some offers down or be less social or stop spreading yourself too thin at times. Others may try to coerce you away from your focus. But if you are determined to stick to your ambition, you may have to make choices that others do not like. At the same time, too much order and strict control may create an atmosphere of rigidity that, in the end, leaves you feeling lonely. Try not to be too overbearing or egotistical with others and show interest in their goals and dreams as well. I just got in trouble right there and I have to read it again. At the same time, too much order and strict control may create an atmosphere of rigidity that, in the end, makes you feel lonely. Try not to be too overbearing or egotistical with others and show interest in their goals and dreams as well. Ask yourself if you appreciate the ideas, thoughts, and feelings of those around you. Be generous of spirit even while you exercise discipline and a resolute disposition, and allow those around you to thrive. Know that you may be showing others how it is done, staying with a plan and having the resolve to manifest hopes into reality. Are you guys listening to all these confirmations? This is a serious card. It is time to zero in on what you most need or desire to be expected, getting the job done. Respect yourself. Know that you have much to offer and that which is yours to so wisely. Restore your energy. Restore your energy and know that bringing your ideas and hopes to fruition will require time and energy, intelligence, and common sense. Wow. Spirit stinking loves me, right? But I just want y'all to know I just got in big, big trouble. All right, guys, that's your Divine Feminine Celtic Cross reading. I hope that was helpful. I'm going to clean up really quickly, guys. Here, I'll give you a pretty video to watch while I do that. Right back. I didn't realize I didn't have the lip on. All right. Vanessa. And yes, guys, please remember to hit that like button, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. Share. I know, I forget to say. It just happens so on its own. It's funny too because I could have shorts out this whole reading for Divine Feminine. I could have shorts out that hit the short shelf. It got close, I want to say, to 400, 500 views. But it was totally about like pushing through and finishing things, right? But you know that that's the shorts that hit the short. It's crazy, guys. Sometimes I make more off those shorts that hit the short shelf than I do like a long form. The protector comes out, King of Diamonds, Five of Wands also comes out. It's like you could be having some sort of challenge or struggle with someone. I don't know. It's giving like some type of authority, or like someone who's trying to tell you what to do, or someone that you tell what to do. Maybe you're protecting someone and it's giving you some type of challenge. When I first turned that protector card over, though, I definitely got this feeling like it was someone who was like overdoing something, up in somebody's business type of energy. I felt like it was somebody doing it to you. Four of Cups is here, ignoring it. Um, lacking emotional satisfaction on here and daydreaming. It's also very possible that you're just going through some challenges in spirit saying you're highly protected. But it is this energy like somebody's in your business and you may not be noticing it. That one was super weird. All right. And real quick. And I'm going to wrap it up after this one, guys. Thank you so much for coming here and hanging out with me. Sunday night. Sunday night, we'll be back with love and astrology. It is going to be on the 21st, so we are going to be doing some Capricorn full moon readings. I feel like we've been talking about Capricorn full moon forever, and it is because, you know, we had two Capricorn full moons, and guys, it wasn't a blue moon. I know we had several people that thought it was a blue moon, several people that were calling it a blue moon. It's only a blue moon if it falls in a calendar month. I had somebody else tell me, well, it did fall in a month's period, and that's why it's a blue moon. And I'm like, well, every moon would be a blue moon. Like the moon lunar phase is 29 and a half days. I'm just saying, like, no, it has to be in that calendar, so month. So if you have a full moon on, you know, August 1st, and another full moon on August 31st, then the 31st moon would be a blue moon. This is just two full moons in the same sign. Now, this is when we get degrees, and that's a whole different ball game. The first full moon was at that 0 degree in Capricorn. Now it's at 29 degrees Capricorn. So, yeah, it's just two full moons in the sign of Capricorn. All right, Renee, you see the horseshoe. Good luck. Judgment comes out. Emperor, two of coins. Two of wands is on the bottom. I think you're struggling with luck right now. It's almost like it's upside down. And if that's the case, it could be like running from purpose, trying to get away from someone. The Emperor is Aries energy. I feel like we all know, but Renee knows. Yeah, you're actually avoiding something, and Spirit is asking if the candle went out. Spirit's saying the reason you feel like things are stretched too far apart, you're being stretched. There's not enough of something. You could feel like you're having this weird streak of luck. Not like, I don't feel like you're winning lottery tickets. It's like a little bump here and a bump there and a bump here, and you're like, what in the world? You could be trying to avoid something, but what it is that you're trying to avoid, it has to do with your purpose. It's the Judgment card. It's Scorpio energy. It's having to face something. Like you're going to have to face something. And I think Spirit's is trying to get your attention with something that has to do with your luck. All right, I'm going to leave it right there. I hope those were helpful. All right, ladies, thank you so very much for participating. I did your blog. I've seen that question earlier. Let me know. Let me know if you waited, if you're still hanging out, if you're still here. And And yes, guys, Sunday night at 9 p.m. That's when I will be back. Love and astrology, full moon readings. We're actually going to talk about a lot more than just the full moon. I'm going to bring up Pluto and show you how that conjunction is affecting this full moon. We're going to talk about the nodes on Sunday night, so North Node and South Node, and how the nodes are impacting this full moon. I guess how this full moon are impacting nodes, right? I'm also going to talk about Neptune. Neptune is down there making a little bit of a scene with this full moon as well. And then I think we're going to talk about Mars and Uranus, because even though it's not necessarily any type of conjunction or alignment, it is definitely still, and I think it's like a square, it's definitely still causing some challenges with this particular full moon. Pooja, hello, Pooja. All right, Victoria. Did I shuffle? See that judgment card. Strength card, Leo energy. All right, guys, that's it. I'm going to wrap it up. Come back, join me Sunday night, and we will do some more free and paid mini readings. Thank you to all my moderator ladies who came in and helped. For those of you that are just now coming in, we just finished the Divine Feminine Celtic Cross. If you guys missed it, go back and check it out and hit that thumbs up button for me so I know that you guys watch it. All right, guys, I'll see everyone Sunday. Thank you, everyone. I'm always, always, always sending all of you abundant love and light on the journey. Have a good night.